So we drive, as a teacher, one of the things you have all this technology in the classroom, but I think a lot of times, and you come up with your opinion on this, a lot of times we have a lot of technology, but it gets in the way with a lot of classrooms. That's what I've experienced a lot is when you walk into a classroom and there's a device on the wall, and there's the desktop, document cameras, and there's cables connecting everything, and there's a media switcher, and there's also a tablet, and there's also all this other stuff. It's great to have it, but if you're having to stay in the front of the room at the battle station and you're having to navigate all these cords and wires and cables and things, the technology gets in the way a lot of times. And that's where it's like, okay, so why do I have all this stuff if it's getting in the way of what I'm teaching and how I'm teaching? Would you agree with that? That it does do that sometimes if you don't have these kind of tools?
Absolutely. And I think the biggest thing for technology is it can be a distraction for anyone who's using it. Even right now, I've had to put my phone away so that I'm not doing side things that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, to kind of simplify what I'm able to, or what I'm using in the classroom as far as technology goes,
Hmm.
and to make things easier and to make things tidier, so that they aren't distraction. Yeah, it's an absolute game changer.
Yeah, and then going between one of the things that I talk about a lot and with folks on this call and kind of figuring out, okay, what am I getting out of this kind of technology? What's the benefit that my teachers, if I want this for them to have? Um, would you say that just the fact of being able to connect wirelessly and walk around the room, one of the things I talk about is saving instructional time. What's your take on that? Like instead of having to switch between things and move back and forth between the front and the back and not be able to get to your device, how does it save you instructional times? That's a good real time, I think, solution here.
It saves transition time. I think that's the biggest piece for me is that for most of my students and most of my classes in the past, transitions have been the hardest part. So if I
Hmm.
have to spend time walking to the back of the classroom to help a student walk back up to the front to change slides or to hit next or whatever it is,
Hmm.
that's transition time. That's time that they can be distracted, or that they can get confused. I don't have to do that anymore. I can hit next sitting next to the student that I'm working with.
Right.
I can walk to the next table, sit down, keep going. So it makes it smoother for me. It makes it smoother for my students as well.
Excellent.